this is my code demonstration or my program demonstration for event-driven and graphical user interface programming module. Tune ID is 302844, like that on the screen. Let me just get rid of that. Okay. So let's get into it. I guess I'll start off with these variables. So basically, I will go through I'll have the software up as well as I do this. So let me just get it up. There we go. Like that. So we have variables at the start. The orders is basically a track record of the receipts, and the reason why it's a track record of the receipts is so that basically this keeps an ID of what the current order is and the amount of orders that have happened. I will go into formal.load to show you how this works. Basically, I have in my files, so I have a track record of the orders that I keep track of pretty much in here, like this. Basically, how this works is, so to keep an actual record of the actual order count, what happens is I go to the directory and then I get the files. So I use the get files method, and then I go to the start path, and then I look for any files of txt, and the only files of txt is the orders. That's the only files that are txt, and then I go through the directories and I get the length. So obviously it'll be the amount of txt files there are, that's the length. And there's only 5. So when the program starts, the order, this will be updated to 5. And obviously these two lines over here, they just allow me to use the drag drop effect for, it just allows me to do it because obviously it's not actually in the toolbox when you want to do it. So if I clicked on a button, for example, oh no, I've got my format.designer. I can't actually change it in the actual window on the side, you know, I have to manually do it in the code for whatever reason. But yeah, that's pretty much that. Alright. This is just the total amount that currently is meant to be owed from the order. This is just a string that I use just for conversions of strings to int and int to strings for the total. This basically by here keeps an amount of the items. This is used to group items in the list box together. And obviously when they're again removed from the list box, it's just initializing the component of the form. Reset order, I can just show this pretty simply with the cancel order button. I basically made this so I don't have to constantly type this out when I'm resetting the order over and over. So just resetting the count to 0, clearing the item list, setting the total price back to 0, updating the list, updating the text labels, and enabling the products and disabling the currency. So if I do this, I go checkout and I want to cancel the order, then voila. Obviously these, I can't press these, nothing happens. This is disabled, and basically these are enabled again, like so. Yeah, that's that. Product click. This is the fun stuff, I guess. So obviously when I click a product, this is just, it appears in the item list and they group up together and so like this. So obviously the price right now is extraordinary, but you know, someone could order this, you never know. But that's pretty much the product click. How it actually works, it's one function for all the products. I do this by casting the sender as a button, which you can see here, which you can see here, and then I'm converting the information that's held in the button's tag to a double. So the price of the actual product is held in the tag, converting that to a double, and then that's how I increment it by the data I just got. I increment the total by the data of the tag. For the actual grouping in the list box, what happens is, first of all, I'm saying if the product, so I'm saying if the sender's text is equal to Twix and the item count, I know that so basically each product has an item count associated with it. So Tix will have item 1 count, Doritos will have item 2 count, Coke item 3, and so forth and so forth. And so basically I'm saying if the product is equal to Twix, if the text is equal to Twix and the item count is less than 1, I'm going to increment the item count and then I'm going to add it to the list box. And then I'm updating the labels and such and increasing the price, obviously, that's how it works. So obviously that's all that But so that's how that works over there, you know. That's going to be the exact same. So each if statement is pretty much is a copy, and the same with this one. So how do I actually compare? So you know how it happens when there's more than one item, because obviously I'm going to have to compare the count and the actual text. So you'll see this now. So first of all, I'm going to do a for loop for the actual list. Sorry, for the item list, and then I'm going to say if the text of the current index I am on is equal to item 1 count, which will be the Twix item count, and Twix. So I'm saying obviously if the index is equal to Twix, then I'm going to say then I'm going to increment the count, and then I'm going to add a Twix to the list. So this will just be for so yeah, and that just happens over and over again. Sorry, my brain just completely burnt, and that just happens over and over again. That's how I keep going it. So I'm saying if the item count is equal to so if it's equal to the item count and it's equal to the sender's text that I'm sending, sorry, the sender text, then it's going to go like so. So basically, let's just get rid of this. This will be easy to show. So I'm going to say, so obviously this will be sender. So the Dorito is the sender by here. So, and obviously the count of Dorito right now is item 2. So item2.count, and so I'm saying, so I'm going to click this, and it's going to be like, okay, obviously it's done a loop through this, and it's seen that Doritos is there, and then it's going to be like, okay, so item 2, is it equal to the item2.count, the string? So is it equal to 2? Is the string equal to 2? And is it equal to Doritos? Yes, it is. Okay, then we can add it to the list, and we can increment the count again. And then it works like that for every single one, pretty much. So that's that. Money click. I'll show the money click after I do the drag and drop, actually, because it makes this is a bit different. It's the exact same, but I just want to show the difference. Money mouse down. Okay, yeah. So basically, this is to differentiate between a click and the mouse being held down, so they don't so they don't confuse the two events from each other. I have to have this because it was confusing, and it has to be a double click as well. Believe it or not, it can't be a single click. I tried to do a single click, but it was just I could not get my head around it, so I did a double click instead for money click. Format.load, I've already gone over that. Coin slot.drag enter. This is basically just to make the mouse effect nice, which you can see here. When obviously I'm hovering over the coin slot, it's got a nice little effect on the mouse. If we go to the coin slot.drag drop enter, okay. So here we go. Here is the thing I was on about. So basically, I'm creating money. This is just a holder for the tag info, and then I'm going to say I'm converting the entire cast. So I'm converting all of the cast to a text by here. So I'm getting the data of the text. Where is the coin slot dot? Mouse status, is it? Nope, this ain't it. I gotta show something else before this. Money mouse down. Yeah. So obviously, this will get the actual data of the tags being collected by here in this. So yeah, this will give the information to the drop area by here. I should have gone over that. There we go. But yeah, so obviously I'm converting the tag to text, and then I'm taking it away from the total price. And then if the total is less than 0, that means the order obviously is complete. They've paid for they paid for all the items that they need to do. And so I then increment the ID of the order, because that's going to be the next order, obviously. And then and then I increment it because obviously that's the new order that's being completed. I disable all the buttons, disable the text. I reset the labels. This is just a nice little trick to make the text boxes appear so that it's not a negative number in front of it, because I'm just timing a negative number by a negative number, so it just obviously is a positive. And so message box showing the changed due, and then I open a streamwriter. I make a new streamwriter object, and then I'm going to the application start path, going to the order directory, and then I'm putting this in the order directory. So it's order, and then the ID, and then .txt. And then this is just writing stuff in the actual text file itself. obviously I'm putting the ID, then the orders, and then the price, and then the orders, and then the items to the string, and then I'll show that how that works now. I'm closing the file by here, and then I reset the order. So yeah, let's just see how that goes. Let's just see how that shows. So obviously I've got 5 orders currently, as we can see, and then if I put this in like this, order is complete. Let's open this now, and now I got order number 6, and that was, I can't remember what it was, but obviously you can see in the video, but it was 2 something. Yep, so it was 2 Mars bars, order ID, and then the total price was £2, which is correct, as you can see. So that's how that works. And this is basically, obviously if it's 0, then there's no change due, and so I just put that in there like that. I just put this in here because obviously if it's 0, then wait, I'm thinking now actually, I could probably just make this less than or equal to 0. I don't have to have 2 if statements, so I can change that later on. That's just something for me to improve on. But yeah, I don't have to have 2 if statements here, but the if statement does the exact same as this one, and obviously if the item is, if the total is still greater than 0, if they still have more to pay, then I'm saying, you know, to be paid, you know, I'm just updating the actual label itself, so the to be paid is right by here, and then if I take away, sorry, if I go to checkout and I take away, then it's saying to be paid is £3.20. That's just that. Alright, so that's that. Money click. Yeah, money click does the exact same thing, so I should say that as well. Obviously, money click does the exact same thing. I'm just saying I'm setting the picture box coin as a picture box. I'm converting the tag, so obviously the value of the money is in the tag. So a £5 note, which I have on the thing, the tag in that picture box will be 5. So the tag value of this is going to be 5 for the fiver. So if I click change due, and then if I just show it for all, sorry, check out 1, 10, 20, 50, and then, you know, change due again, like that. So that's the value of that. That's how that works. It's pretty much the if statements, like, the only difference is this code, but here everything is the exact same as the drag drop. It opens the files, it does all that, it reads and it writes the files, it closes the file, and etc. It does the reset order function, etc., etc., etc. Money mouse down. I've already gone over that. I should actually explain what it does. So I'm saying if the mouse button dot left, so if it's the left click on the mouse button like this, right here, then it's going to go, is the click equal to 1, then it's a mouse down event. It's not a double click event. Anything else that I have not yet to cover? I've gone over coin slot. Yeah. I've gone over cancel order. Yeah. Okay. For mouse down, it's just validation, so that basically, if my mouse is down on that, then nothing happens. I was having a lot of errors if I was mouse downing on a null list box, so that's just a validation for that. Drag drop. Okay, so this is actually removing items from the list. Okay. So yeah, if I just have, you know, everything in the list. So basically, obviously we have the bin by here. This is the drag drop for the bin. First thing I do is I get a string called holder, and it's getting the event data of the drag event. So I'm dragging to Coke, so it's getting this. I'm converting all, so this is just, I'm casting all this to a string by here. So I'm casting it to a string. So obviously the holder would be equal to 2 Coke by here when I drop. And I'm saying if the holder is equal to, obviously which is it? Where's Coke? Yeah, so if the holder is equal to Coke and the item count is equal to 1, then I'm going to just, you know, get rid of it from the list. So it's lst.items.remove, and then I decrease the count in the actual item count. I'm converting the actual information from item3button.tag, because I know item3.button.tag is Coke, so that's the value. It's getting taken away from the order, and that's how that works. And I just update the labels and such. This is just to make it so that this is here because I was having problems with the actual label by here being a negative number, so that's all that's there for. So yeah, if I just do that, then you can see what's going on. like so. And then if I just keep removing, and then voila, back to 0. And that's that. Have I got up the checkout button? I don't know if I have. But basically, for the checkout button, I've added validation. So if they check out at 0, then they can't check anything. They can't do a checkout at 0 items in the list box, as we can see by here. So basically, it's just a message box showing if the items have been added or not, and then I just disable and enable buttons that need to be disabled and enabled, like so. Drag enter. This is just the mouse effect. Yeah. Well, I think that's pretty much everything, right? I've covered everything. I've gone over the reset order. I've gone over all the functions. Yeah, I have 3 bonus features. I have the list box, the bin, and what else is there? List box, bin. I can't remember. But basically, I've done